Hello, this is Mr. Mobility once again. Back in February of this year, Xiaomi released the Redmi A3, an entry-level Android smartphone that looked nothing like it was entry-level. It had a glass back or an eco leather back, and whichever of the two you preferred, it actually gave a touch of class. I reviewed that phone earlier in the year. You can go through my videos to see my review of the phone. It was, and it is, a beautiful smartphone. Fast forward to October 2024, and Xiaomi announced an upgrade to that phone, the Redmi A3 Pro. Of course, once you hear the word Pro, you're thinking there must be something special, something different, something more capable about this model. And you are right on that. The Redmi A3 and the Redmi A3 Pro look exactly alike. As far as the design language is concerned, as far as how it looks is concerned, the A3 Pro is pretty much a carbon copy of the A3. But that is almost where the similarities stop. So let's look at the differences. First and foremost, the Redmi A3 has a 6.71-inch display, while the A3 Pro has a 6.88-inch display. So the A3 Pro has a bigger display, but that's not all. There is an upgrade in the processor as well. The Redmi A3 was fitted with a Helio G36 chipset, which I found rather unimpressive. Yes, it's not a high performance chipset. Of course, this is an entry-level phone. What are you expecting? But even at that entry level, it felt underwhelming. I didn't really feel the performance of that phone at all. Thankfully, the Redmi A3 Pro fixes that with a Helio G81 Ultra chipset. Now, this is a much more powerful chipset. In what sense? You're dealing with about 50% more CPU power and gaming capabilities. So you are definitely going to feel that difference between the two phones. The Redmi A3 was released with MIUI running Android 14. MIUI or MIUI, depending on how you call it, was the old custom skin that Xiaomi used for its Android smartphones. Now, the A3 Pro was released with HyperOS running Android 14. I do not think that either of these phones will get Android 15, but we'll see. Time will tell. Is that all the differences? Oh no. The rear camera of the A3 is an 8-megapixel snapper. Xiaomi has put a 50-megapixel shooter at the back of the A3 Pro, and we can't scream hallelujah enough for that. That's a huge upgrade. Yes, we know that it's not all about the megapixels only, but that's a huge difference. The battery in the A3 is a 5,000 mAh capacity unit. In the A3 Pro, we have a 5,160 mAh capacity. So there's 160 mAh extra. It may not look like much to you until you're running out of battery, and that extra 160 mAh might mean 30 minutes extra, might mean 45 minutes extra battery life for you. And then you would appreciate it. Those are the differences between these two devices. They look exactly the same. One has a bigger screen. The A3 Pro has a bigger screen, has a more powerful processor, has a more capable rear camera, and has a slightly bigger battery capacity. If you were to ask me, right, which should you buy or which would I buy? Of course, I'd go for the A3 Pro. The next question is, what's the price? How much damage is that going to do? The Redmi A3 right now costs about 120 to 125,000 naira, depending on where you look, while the A3 Pro costs about 136,000 naira. So you're talking about a 16,000 naira difference. Not bad at all if you ask me. I don't think that's bad at all. To get a more capable processor, better performance, slightly better battery life, a better camera, and a bigger screen.
if you are into bigger screens, personally, I would have preferred a smaller screen, like 6.4, 6.3 inches. I know. You guys don't want to hear about it. You want your screens bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm probably the last person standing, the last person alive on this planet who wants compact smartphone. But then, hey, it is what it is. I'll see you again next time. Take care.